Brim is an open-source desktop application that processes PCAP files and logs files. Its primary focus is providing search and analytics. In this room, you will learn how to use Brim, process PCAP files and investigate log files to find the needle in the haystack. This room expects you to be familiar with basic security concepts and processing Zeek log files. We suggest completing the network fundamentals path and the Zeek room before starting working in this room. A VM is attached to this room. You don't need SSH or RDP, the room provides a split view feature. Exercise files are located in the folder on the desktop. Note, do not directly interact with any domains and IP addresses in this room. What is Brim? Brim is an open-source desktop application that processes PCAP files and logs files, with a primary focus on providing search and analytics. It uses the Zeek log processing format. It also supports Zeek signatures and surrogata rules for detection. It can handle two types of data as an input: packet capture files, PCAP files created with CDump, Shark and Wireshark-like applications. Log files, structured log files like Zeek logs. Brim is built on open-source platforms: Zeek, log generating engine; Z language, log querying language that allows performing keyword searches with filters and pipelines; ZNG data format, data storage format that supports saving data streams; Electron and React, cross-platform UI. Why Brim? Ever had to investigate a big PCAP file? PCAP files bigger than 1 GB are cumbersome for Wireshark. Processing big PCAPs with CDump and Zeek is efficient but requires time and effort. Brim reduces the time and effort spent processing PCAP files and investigating the log files by providing a simple and powerful GUI application. Brim vs Wireshark vs Zeek. While each of them is powerful and useful, it is good to know the strengths and weaknesses of each tool and which one to use for the best outcome. As a traffic capture analyzer, some overlapping functionalities exist, but each one has a unique value for different situations. The common best practice is handling medium-sized PCAPs with Wireshark, creating logs and correlating events with Zeek, and processing multiple logs in Brim. Landing page. Once you open the application, the landing page loads up. The landing page has 3 sections and a file importing window. It also provides quick info on supported file formats: pools, data resources, investigated PCAP and log files; queries, list of available queries; history, list of launched queries; pools and log details. Pools represent the imported files. Once you load a PCAP, Brim processes the file and creates Zeek logs, correlates them, and displays all available findings in a timeline, as shown in the image below. The timeline provides information about capture start and end dates. Brim also provides information fields. You can hover over fields to have more details on the field. The above image shows a user hovering over the zeekscon.log file and UID value. This information will help you in creating custom queries. The rest of the log details are shown in the right pane and provides details of the log file fields. Note that you can always export the results by using the export function located near the timeline. You can correlate each log entry by reviewing the correlation section at the log details pane, shown on the left image. This section provides information on the source and destination addresses, duration and associated log files. This quick information helps you answer the where to look next question and find the event of interest and linked evidence. You can also right-click on each field to filter and accomplish a list of tasks. Filtering values, counting fields, sorting, AZ and ZA, viewing details, performing whois lookup on IP address, viewing the associated packets in Wireshark. The image below demonstrates how to perform whois lookup and Wireshark packet inspection. Queries and history. Queries help us to correlate finding and find the event of the interest. History stores executed queries. The image on the left demonstrates how to browse the queries and load a specific query from the library. Queries can have names, tags and descriptions. Query library lists the query names, and once you double-click, it passes the actual query to the search bar. You can double-click on the query and execute it with ease. Once you double-click on the query, the actual query appears on the search bar and is listed under the History tab. The results are shown under the search bar. In this case, we listed all available log sources created by Brim. In this example, we only insert a PCAP file, and it automatically creates 9 types of Zeek log files. Brim has 12 pre-made queries listed under the Brim folder. These queries help us discover the Brim query structure and accomplish quick searches from templates. You can add new queries by clicking on the plus button near the Queries menu. Process the sample.pcap file and look at the details of the first DNS log that appear on the dashboard. What is the class _name? Look at the details of the first NTP log that appear on the dashboard. What is the duration value? We mentioned that Brim had 12 pre-made queries in the previous task. Let's see them in action. Now, open Brim, import the sample pcap and go through the walkthrough. Reviewing overall activity, this query provides general information on the pcap file. The provided information is valuable for accomplishing further investigation and creating custom queries. It is impossible to create advanced or case-specific queries without knowing the available log files. The image on the left shows that there are 20 logs generated for the provided pcap file. Windows-specific networking activity. This query focuses on Windows networking activity and details the source and destination addresses and named pipe, endpoint and operation detection. The provided information helps investigate and understand specific Windows events like SMB enumeration, logins and service exploiting. Unique network connections and transferred data. These two queries provide information on unique connections and connection data correlation. The provided info helps analysts detect weird and malicious connections and suspicious and beaconing activities. The unique list provides a clear list of unique connections that help identify anomalies. The data list summarizes the data transfer rate that supports the anomaly investigation hypothesis. DNS and HTTP methods. These queries provide the list of the DNS queries and HTTP methods. The provided information helps analysts to detect anomalous DNS and HTTP traffic. You can also narrow the search by viewing the HTTP post requests with the available query and modifying it to view the HTTP GET methods. File activity. This query provides the list of the available files. It helps analysts to detect possible data leakage attempts and suspicious file activity. The query provides info on the detected file MIME and file name and hash values, MD5, SHA1. IP subnet statistics. This query provides the list of the available IP subnets. It helps analysts detect possible communications outside the scope and identify out-of-ordinary IP addresses. Surrogata alerts. These queries provide information based on Surrogata rule results. 3 different queries are available to view the available logs in different formats: category-based, source and destination-based, and subnet-based. Note: Surrogata is an open-source threat detection engine that can act as a rule-based intrusion detection and prevention system. It is developed by the Open Information Security Foundation, OISF. Surrogata works and detects anomalies in a similar way to Snort and can use the same signatures. Investigate the surrogate alerts. What is the signature ID of the alert category? Potential corporate privacy violation.